watching, the flames coming out, and I knew in my heart that if they hadn't gotten everybody out, nobody else was coming out alive, and that was awful. I didn't sleep.
Neighbors in Towanda are still in shock after a late-night fire Friday kills a 2-year-old and destroys the family's home. Now the community is coming together to help get the family back on their feet. Good evening, everyone. I'm Renata Steele. Thanks for joining us here on the late edition in high definition. Late Friday night, fire broke out in Towanda at the home of the Yoder family, taking the life of 2-year-old John David Yoder III. Now an overwhelming amount of support is pouring in from the community. WENY TV's Joe Malillo talked to neighbors and friends of the family. He's now live in the studio with more. Joe.
Renata, at least 4 different people and organizations have stepped up to help this family. Neighbors say they are devastated by the loss, but are amazed by the community's support.
Heart of gold, very best kind of people you could possibly want, just always there for you.
Lisa Watson lived next door to the Yoder family here on North 4th Street in Towanda. Her children played with the young boy John David, who died in the fire.
Yeah, my kids are having nightmares. They're having a really hard time. My 14-year-old was really close to their little boy, and she's having a really, really difficult time.
Neighbors living next to the home here on 4th Street say they were evacuated very quickly because fire crews were concerned about the 2 propane tanks right next to the home.
By some pounding on the door, and the fireman came in, and the first thing I said is everybody out over there? And he was evasive on that and said that they were working on it or something to that effect to get me moving with my kids, because I've got 3 kids that were home that night.
The burned out home is all that is left behind, but the Towanda community is doing everything they can to help the survivors. Mary Wilcox is one of many planning a fundraiser.
Thought it would be a couple people would come, get a little bit of money, but then it's blown up. There's been so many people who have shown their generosity, and it's just amazing.
Her event on March 3rd includes a donation dinner, silent auction, and basket raffle. She says someone donated a car, and one woman even offered a fully furnished home for the Yoder family to live in until they find another place.
I hope that they can find some kind of closure, anything. I mean, it's going to be a long road for them, but anything to help them.
I can't stay here. I can't look at this. It just tears my heart open every time knowing. It's just hard. It's hard for me, and it's hard for me knowing what they're going through right now. The fundraisers will end, and they'll go on with life without their little boy, and forever you've got that.
Now, Mary has also started a Facebook event called The Fundraiser for the Yoder Family. Go to WENY.com and click on the story for a link and more about how you can help and where you can help. Live in the studio, Joe Malillo, WENY TV News.